City to city, we making moves. Home at the goal and I got the groove. I hit up, did a trap on the move. They say I got a new attitude. I stay the drip and hop in the pool. I been on my level, ain't nothing new. Ice on my niche just to keep it cool. They saying I got a new attitude. City to city, we making moves. Home at the goal and I got the groove. I hit up, did a trap on the move. They say I got a new attitude. I stay the drip and hop in the pool. I been on my level, ain't nothing new. Ice on my niche just to keep me cool. They saying I got a new attitude. Yeah, city to city, we making moves. Home at the goal and I got the groove. I hit up, did a trap on the move. They say I got a new attitude.
All right, welcome back, y'all. Look, we have this is what I'm looking forward to. It's a new segment we're doing this week called Spicy Talk, where we're going to divide the team up, or divide the whole team up into two different groups here. We're going to basically throw out a scenario, and then they'll take two sides of the argument, and then we'll see we'll actually grade the argument, judge the argument. Then at the end of the day, we'll see who wins. Right? So here we go. On one side, we got, well, actually, here's the argument. Let's give it to you. If you look at the back of Will's screen, right, we're looking at the Dream Team versus the Redeem Team. Who do you think will win in, let's say, a 7-game series? Let's go a 7-game series between the Dream Team and the Redeem Team. On the Dream Team, just some of the highlights of some of the stars. We got Michael Jordan. We got Charles Barkley. Karl Malone, we have Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Scottie Pippen, Patrick Ewing, John Stockton, no Isaiah, but it's okay. And then on the other side,
man,
they loaded, boy.
Awesome.
He was on Dream Team number 2.
Loaded.
That's cool.
Yeah,
on the Redeem Team, we have Kobe Bean Bryant. We got Dwayne Wade, Chris Paul, Chris Bosh, Dwight Howard, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Jason Kidd. People forgot Jason Kidd was on that team, right? We just have a bunch of all-stars on that team. Oh, and don't forget about Boozer. So we have so many of those players together. Hey, Boozer was a man back then.
Hey,
all right,
rebounds and points, he was hitting.
I put Charles Barkley on him.
We got the Dream Team versus the Redeem Team. We got two sides of this argument. We're going to start off with the Dream Team. Let me see. Who's going to kick us off on the Dream Team? Let's see. Who's going to win this game? We got 7-game series between the two. Dream Team. What you got? Why would you go win it?
Well, first of all, Jordan never plays into the 7th game, so we're going to win it in 6.
Straight up. Thank you. Thank you.
The fact that you got MJ on your team, that's already an advantage, competitive advantage. But then you got Scotty. He plays defense. He balls. You got big man David Robinson. You can go big. You can go small. They can match up in any type of way they want. Clyde the Glide, Mailman, Karl Malone, Charles Barkley. Then you got Magic Johnson at the point guard. He could be distributing. I mean, like, what you going to do? Patrick Ewing, Larry Bird on the three-pointers? I mean, come on. It's all competitors, man. All competitors. And, you know, MJ does not want to lose, so he's going to make it. So, like, yo, we ain't losing.
And he going to push them to make sure they don't want to lose, too. Everyone got the I don't want to lose mentality.
Right. You know, especially Barkley. Like, he said that was the first time when he played MJ, he said first time he felt like he was not the best basketball player on the court. So, if I'm on MJ's team, I'm like, well, we got the best basketball player. Can't none of these dudes on the other side touch me. You know what I'm saying? So, that would be their mentality.
All right, well, yeah, CK. You got to wrap this up.
Think about it this way, though. The Redeem Team, you got a bunch of talented athletes. I take nothing from that. But think about the Dream Team. Think how many clutch performers you have. Think about them last-second shots that all of them want to take. They also got a guy on their team called Michael Jordan. You may have heard of him. On the Redeem Team, other than Kobe Bryant, nobody really wants to take that last-second shot. Maybe Dwayne Wade. Nobody else wants to take it. Think about that.
Forget Melo.
And you guys don't want to give it to Melo.
Melo want to give me the ball now. What you mean?
One thing I'm gonna say.
I love Carmelo Anthony. He gonna miss that shot.
All right, so we got 1 minute. 1 minute has passed. You guys had that. You had actually a little bit extra time because you had a guest on your squad, so we allow that, right? But on the other side, you guys ready to rock? We got 3 points.
Yes,
actually, y'all, the Dream Team just earned 3 points. What you got? What you got, Redeem
Team?
Yo, hold up. Hey, Miles, get him.
Thank you. Get in. Like him up. Let's go, Miles.
Go for it.
Look. I think the Dream Team is the Dream Team. I think it's one of the greatest teams ever assembled. I won't take anything away from that. But I think we're missing a lot in what's happening, what Bron, what Bean,
what Dwayne, like you think Dwayne Wade's a year and a half removed from a championship. Beans coming off of NBA Finals, where we unfortunately lost to the Boston Celtics. Dwight Howard's coming off arguably one of his best years ever. He was in the finals the following year. You got 4 of the top 10 assist leaders in Paul, James, Williams, and Kidd. Kobe Bryant leader in points. LeBron James leader in points and assists. Jason Kidd. I think 4 people on that team were leading the league in double-digit assists, or all 11, 10, like 12, 11, and 10. I think Dwayne Wade, obviously, I mean, you know what he brings to the table. I think what the issue is that we definitely, your points about him being clutch performers and Bird. If I think about Kobe, I'm thinking about MJ. If I think about Bron, I think about a mixture between Magic and Bird. When I think about Dwight, I don't see anybody on that team that will hold him besides maybe Charles Barkley.
What?
Oh, man.
I think Charles Barkley probably giving him
David
body.
Robinson shut him down, bro.
I don't think he would shut him down. But
hold
I think
on, it's still our time.
I think Dwight Howard is an athletic. A little more athletic than David Robinson. You talk about the teams that are coming. I'm just saying. I'm trying to spit facts to you. Game 7. I think a 7-game series. I still got the Redeem Team in 7, but the Dream Team is.
Let's go, Miles.
A scary team, bro. But I gotta go with the numbers and what the more athletic team and what they're gonna do. So
I need 2 more points.
Let me help you out with some points because he said something that was very, very important. We're talking about a 7-game series. Do you have all-time greats on the Dream Team? Absolutely. But the vast majority of them were past their prime. Them trying to play over 7 games against these young studs, everybody in their prime.
Facts.
Yeah, that's something that they're gonna have to deal with. And on top of that, the guard play is ridiculous.
Crazy.
Say, hold on. You said who else wouldn't take the shot? You telling me that LeBron wouldn't take that last shot?
Yes, I am. I'm saying that.
Okay, all right. He would take
LeBron is passing.
Carmelo gonna take every shot you give him. Kobe is gonna will them to win.
Yeah,
you have way too much firepower in their prime.
Darren Williams, that's funny.
In their prime, playing against a whole bunch of great players who are past their prime.
I think.
Y'all, wait. Hold on 1 second. I gotta stop you. Wow, 7 points gained by the Redeem Team on that one. Dream Team, what you got?
What?
Y'all forget. I think one thing. You said they got 7 points?
7 points.
Okay, Jay, what's up, baby?
So laughable.
I'm back, Dream Team.
Y'all are making it sound like the Dream Team has nobody.
No,
I mean,
no.
That's what it sounded like.
I started it with ultimate respect.
But when you think about the team's makeup, I'm just going to go because I know a lot of young kids may listen to this. The way the young kids look at it, all-stars, MVPs, and first ballot Hall of Famers, the only guy on the Dream Team that's not a first ballot Hall of Famer is Christian Laettner, who just came on the team. I'm with the Dream Team. You got a guy coming off the bench that would start on this team automatically on the Redeem Team
7
easily.
days a week.
John Stockton, offense, defense. You go look at these old school YouTube videos. That's how we can watch him and we can look at his interviews. All these old school cats, John Stockton, they didn't want to mess with him at all. Defensive end, he was in your grill, right on your hip.
The same thing about Chris Paul.
No, you can't. There's a thing about John Stockton. Yeah, we look at the shorts and his legs are all out and he's super pale and all that kind of stuff. But John Stockton in the mind, Chris Paul's good. I'm not knocking Chris Paul. But John Stockton takes it to a that even Chris Paul hasn't taken it to. Yeah, when you say, he lost to Jordan in the finals twice.
Don't forget, you got my man Jason Kidd there too. Yeah, you still have Chris Paul with your guard play. You also have Dwayne Wade with the guard play. You got so many different people that are getting in there that are wearing down. You only have so many players on the squad.
But the funny thing,
the defensive end,
wait, we got CK
on the defensive side of the ball.
Wait, CK got his hand up.
Has the advantage.
Hold on, CK got his hand up. Go ahead, CK.
CK leaned in. Come on, bro.
Take Kobe Bryant off that team. Who is the killer? I hate to use that word. Who's the killer on that team?
That's LeBron James.
Okay. Now I'll say this. You're wrong. Now go to the Dream Team. Take Michael Jordan off that team. Who's the killer on that team? I can name 7 of them.
7 killers?
You don't have any killers on that team.
7 killers. I think it's exaggeration.
Other than
clutching my pearls.
Who's the monster?
I'm clutching my pearls.
Barkley.
Barkley.
There's a picture of 3 of them right there.
Magic with no killer. Is a killer?
92.
A killer though?
Oh man.
All right, JT, you got your hand up. What you got, JT?
Maybe.
I'm gonna say this.
Hold on, wait. Let me give you a score update. Right now, we're currently at 7-6. The Dream Team has made a comeback.
So I'm gonna say this. And y'all may think I'm crazy for saying this. Y'all can't forget about Darren Williams. This was the Darren Williams.
You put
Wait, y'all. I'm sorry. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. The Dream Team just lost the point.
Don't do that. Don't do that, Rick. Don't do that.
Rick. No, 56.
No.
You lost point back.
No, we lost the point on that one. Why you had to bring up Darren? I mentioned a whole lot of guards. Didn't mention him.
This is why we don't let. This is why we don't let Gators talk. We don't let Gators or Patriots talk on this doggone show.
But y'all speaking the obvious. I'm speaking the unobvious.
Which is
because you're obviously untalented.
Hey, go ahead, Rick. Take another point, man. Take another point.
Hey, y'all talking about the big name player. I'm talking about
JT. Go ahead, JT.
Keep going.
Let me raise my hand.
Go ahead, JT.
Just talking. Hey, but I really do feel like Darren Williams was a contributor to this team. You know what I'm saying? He played both sides of the ball well. He wasn't no killer, but at the same time, he's a consistent player. He's going to give you at least 8 points a game. He's going to give you a solid 2 or 3 stops defensively. I feel like he's a good player. Tayshaun Prince, he was a good player in Detroit, a good defensive player.
I give you Tayshaun.
He can hit clutch shots. He need to.
Killer.
Like
Skinny Pippen.
He's not no, I'm going to give you 13 points. He'll give you a good 6 points, 2 threes, and a foul. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like the Redeem team got –
You got to get a point for Tayshaun.
Yeah, we gotta get that point back because Tayshaun can be a killer at times.
Give my 2 points.
Be a killer at times.
All right, y'all, we got Will. Go ahead, Will.
So
one more point.
The Dream Team could play multiple different types of ways. One way they could put Ewing and Robinson in there at the same time and force the Redeem Team, so to speak, to become shooters. And they're going to miss some shots. And I guarantee you the Dream Team is going to capitalize and run down that court. They some runners, too. They knew how to run the floor and the way they passed the ball. People also sleep on –
chase down LeBron prime.
People will also sleep on Michael Jordan's passing ability. He was a very good passer and could do, like, some trick stuff just like Magic. Like you know what I'm saying? And so – that aspect of the game and how they could switch it from big men to small men and just make you play a certain type of – I think the Dream Team will force them to play a type of ball that they wanted to play.
Right. What you got, Voice?
Man.
Come and score 7-6 Dream Team.
I forgot what I had, so I'm going to go and let it pass, and if it comes back to me, I'll try to slide.
I'm sorry, I didn't say that.
No, I take that back. Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I got it. Forgetting about –
He got it.
He talked about Tayshaun. Don't forget that you got Boozer in there too, who's a bruiser on the defensive end. And we're talking about a 7-game series. That's the part that you all keep forgetting. We're talking about a 7-game series, not just one game, but over the course of 7 games. Again, you have these horses, these stallions in their prime versus very, very good players. All-time great players, but the majority of them past their prime. Larry Bird could hardly walk. He could hardly walk at that point.
Threes, though.
And nobody could guard him.
Right. Charles Barkley was going to start crying at some point because he was getting all, fired up and everything.
Oh man, come on, man!
Leave it alone, because if I say anything else, we're gonna wind up losing points. So,
hey, you almost lost the point bringing up Boozer again, but
real.
CK, go for it. Go for it, CK.
So we can lose points in this game.
Absolutely.
That's not cool.
No, what you got, Vanilla?
Go for it, CK.
But think about this. We're talking about 2 different eras.
For sure.
Even though the Dream Team, the Voice, I appreciate what you're saying. They were all not in their prime, but they were a much more physical team. I mean, they hand-checked all over the floor, and although these other guys were superb athletes, they were not as physical as these guys. Even LeBron, as big as he is, he's not as physical as people think he is. He just backs down little guards. He's not going to do that to Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, Larry Bird. He's not going to do that.
He'll do that to Larry.
Say what?
I said he'll back down Larry.
I bet he wouldn't because Larry's 6'9". Larry's just as big as LeBron.
Now Larry probably
not 260,
hit him where the sun don't shine, but he try to back him
down. But they played in a more physical era, and I don't think LeBron and Carmelo.
Don't say it.
I just don't think they are as physical.
Me and Will got an argument last week over this. Don't say it.
You thought I was just talking about hand checking, and it's more than just hand checking.
Oh
bro.
my God, yes.
All right, y'all. Look,
I don't believe it.
Look, we gotta wrap it up. So, hey, love the argument. We actually leave with hands still in the air, right? I know JT wants to kind of jump in and try to save
JT's
something.
on mute,
but JT is not on mute.
He lost his support.
JT is in there. Look, okay. Here's the last time I throw a Hail Mary to the Dream Team. I just ended with a Hail Mary to the Redeem Team. I'm sorry. Right now the score.
Thank you.
Right now, the score is 8-6, and I just want to open up the floor to give y'all a chance to possibly at least gain one of those points back. All right, just anybody on the Redeem Team can speak. What you got?
I think I want to bring up the point is that they focused on Johnson.
And he froze when you needed him most.
What's the point for that?
I'm just gonna point out the fact that we have a Chris Paul who led that league, was top 10 in points, assists, and steals. We can't say he's not a two-way player if you're top 10 in steals at the point guard position, averaging 11.5 assists that year. Put respect on his name. If you're gonna talk about Stockton, then you gotta give the same respect to Chris Paul and what he did, what he was doing that year. Dwayne Wade a year off of a championship. Brian coming up, you got to give respect where their respect is due, bro. You get what I'm saying?
And he led the team with 4.1 assists during the Redeem Team's campaign.
That's cool, but not enough to get you that not enough to get you all the way back in. So at the end of the day, the Dream Team wins 8-7. 8-7 for the Dream Team.
It could be 8-8, JT.
No,
I got one job, JT.
You good, bro? I got mad love for you. We'll be better tomorrow. Tonight we can't be brothers tonight.
Awesome, y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining us, man.